obey this commandment? Obviously not as a nation, because why we in slavery today? So remember, God said, love thy neighbor. He said, rebuke thy neighbor, meaning we supposed to correct each other. At one point in time, we did correct each other. Why? Because we was ruling the earth. We had every nation under subjection. Why? Because we was a righteous people at one point in time. This is going into how you love thy neighbor. God said you got to rebuke me, correct him. Hold on,
and not suffer sin upon him.
He said, don't suffer sin upon me. And guess what? You got to know the law. You got to know, hey, if your brother has to sin, hey, you can't do that according to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You can't do those things. Don't suffer the sin upon him. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart, right? What's the opposite of hate? Love, right? So he basically saying you gotta love thy neighbor. Moses said, remember, he talking to the congregation of Israel. He said, hey, don't hate thy brother in thy heart, otherwise love thy neighbor. Keep reading.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
You know that Moses said we got to rebuke our neighbor, meaning you're a little older, so I know, remember, I'm sure you grew up, your neighbor probably whipped your buddies who did something wrong, didn't it? And your parents, then you got to whip them when you got home. I heard the stories. Right. Meaning your neighbor corrected you. Why? Because
what I'm hearing is like it was like a disagreement, a confusion. One said we should do this. The other said no, we should do this. That's what I'm hearing spiritually. That's what I'm hearing. So, because one wanted just, he's saying love that.
Yeah.
Love your brother.
Yeah.
You know, this
now, did we obey this commandment? Obviously not as a nation, because why we in slavery today? So remember, God said, love thy neighbor. He said, rebuke thy neighbor, meaning we supposed to correct each other. At one point in time, we did correct each other. Why? Because we was ruling the earth. We had every nation under subjection. Why? Because we was a righteous people at one point in time. This is going into how you love thy neighbor. God said you got to rebuke me, correct him. Hold on,
and not suffer sin upon him.
He said, don't suffer sin upon me. And guess what? You got to know the law. You got to know, hey, if your brother in the midst of sin, hey, you can't do that according to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You can't do those things. Don't suffer the sin upon him. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
You know that he say we shouldn't bear, he said we should not avenge or bear any grudge against the children of thy people. Do we avenge each other? Yeah, we do. We avenge each other, especially this younger generation. You do something wrong to somebody, they gonna come back and do something to you. God said we ain't supposed to do that. Don't we bear grudges? You'll hold a grudge for 30 years. And then you'll bring it out at the damn feast table about something happened when you was 5 years old. God said that's what it's going into, love thy neighbor. Meaning when Christ spoke about that, he went to the law. Remember, the New Testament, all it's doing is reciting the Old Testament. You understand that? But if you don't know what the Old Testament say, you're going to believe what anybody tells you. Love thy neighbor. And then you ask, who is your neighbor? It ain't the white man, because the white man sold. So he quick to tell you, hey, I don't like you niggas.
Well, you know, in my community, you got. I'm surrounded by more whites. It's you can count how many. But,
yeah.
But I come out and I can be friendly.
Yeah.
I have a wife, and it's black women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm friendly
to everybody.
Hey, hello, speak to my neighbor.
Yeah.
Black, so I don't even get no response from them. So
from your own people.
From my own people.
Right, because we have.
It looks like I'm always saying, hey, to the white people.
Yeah.
Hey, they speak back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I be skeptical.
Yeah.
Because I know where I come from, and I'm always, me being me. I say, well, distorted.
Yeah.
And all of that.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, well, these motherfuckers smile in your face while they cut your throat.
Yeah, what they do.
So I'm scared to death.
Yeah.
Because but I gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Of who I bring or who I welcome. In my circle.
In your house, right?
In my house.
I'm gonna say what you just said. What he just said, God wrote that in the Bible. What he just said, Sirach, I'm gonna tell you about. Don't let everybody into your house.
Right, and it's hard.
Yeah, and look, I understand we get the most hatred towards our own people. Why? Because remember what the law said. God said we got to love each other, but we've been conditioned to hate each other because of all the murder songs that's out here, all the imagery, all the bad imagery that they portray upon us, and we psychologically we have been destroyed. When you grew up in the system of slavery, then you get out, you got Jim Crow era, then you got black code laws, then it's so much hatred against the black man, they turned our black women against us. Why? Because the white man understand, in order to conquer a nation, you got to divide the family up.
Well,
Divide the man from the woman. But I want to show you about what you said about your house. Listen to what he said. When he said, this is how we know we're the people of the Bible, because spiritually, we still connected. How you doing?
Yeah, you ain't did that shit? You ain't playing games. Hold on. Look at this guy. What you doing, man? You subscribed yet? Subscribe right now. Do it.
Book of Sirach, chapter 11 and verse 29. Bring not every man into thy house.
You hear that guy say, bring not every man into thy house. Why would he say that?
For the deceitful man hath many trains.
You hear that guy said the deceitful man got many trains. So God already see all this is in the Bible. If we read the Bible and study it, we would know how to maneuver in this society. That's why they made sure they kept this Bible far away from us by saying, oh, that's a white man book. Oh, the people of God is white. So now in our minds we think, why the hell would I read a book if it's for white people?
No,
if the images, if what you saying, God's people look like, then who am I? Oh, you just a nigga on the street? Nah, I can't. My life is not about being a nigga here in America. You was not created to just work a 9 to 5.
Bring it up.
You ain't created to work at all. We was created to rule this earth. But what happened to us as a people? We failed though because we broke God's commandments. Because if I ask you, do we have a heritage today? Do we have a heritage?
Not here.
What about you, brother? Do we got one? Jeremiah 17:4. Oh, yeah. I'm just showing you what get that. No, we're going to show you, then I'm going to let you know. We're going to show you.
No, it's getting dark.
But look, we're going to show you what our heritage is before we go, because we don't have one as a nation of people. But according to the Bible, we do. Read that.
17:11.
The book of Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 11. Beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for an heritage.
You hear that? Our heritage is the laws of God. Our heritage is what's governed us. Our heritage is us loving our neighbor as ourselves. Why? Because in God's laws, you have high holy days. In God's laws, you have ceremonial laws. In God's laws, you have dietary laws. God's laws govern a whole nation of people. That's why they work so hard to destroy us. You ever wonder why there's so many tattoos in my neighborhoods? Why? Because God told us not to get tattoos. You ever wonder why pork is the cheapest meat in our neighborhood?
Bring it up.
God told us not to eat pork. You ever wonder why they push shrimp and crab legs on us so much? God told us don't eat those sea creatures.
Bring it up.
And you wonder why we got diabetes, we got gout, we obese, we unhealthy as a people. You understand? Think about it. We the best cooks, right? Do you agree? Why is there a fast food restaurant in all our neighborhoods? Why they got McDonald's on the corner? Why they got the fish and chicken joints in our neighborhood? We cook the best. They want to defile us with the food so we can be unhealthy. You understand? Because we have enemies according to the Bible.
Bring it up.
According to God, we got enemies. We lost that knowledge. Now we think God loves everybody. Now we think, everybody loves us, but deep down inside, you know everybody hates us.
Right.
As a black man, you know you hate it. Go work for somebody that's full of white people.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I give you a prime example.
Go ahead.
I give you a prime example.
Yeah.
You got
This was very knowledgeable.
You paying, maybe they own.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm buying.
Yeah.
But while I'm here, I know what Russell Road is. You don't want me there.
Yeah.
You don't want me there.
Oh, yeah.
It's dogs running around.
Yeah.
But now you switching the people on me about my dog.
You're right. Yeah.
He fishing. Ain't nothing. My dog listen to me.
Right.
My dog is not a fishing dog. He's a protected security dog. You know, if you come in there, you may get sick, but he's not going to charge you.
Right.
I can let him sit on the porch and you walk down the street. He's not going to come after you.
I understand.
But you want him new.
Right. How you doing, bro? What's your name, bro?
Hey, let's go, man.
Hey. Hey, listen.
I got you.
I got the flyer right here.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
You told me about
go on the
story.
website, man. Like,
I'm gonna do that.
bro, we the
Hey.
real Jews. It's not. Listen, we gotta wake up. World War III on the way. Y'all see the news, right? Hey, listen, we got to come together under God's laws. All right, y'all be easy. How you doing, bro? What's your name, bro? You Carlos?
Be easy over there.
Let me ask you a question,
It's
Carlos.
all good.
You
And
know
y'all
what we
keep
teaching
up
out
this
here?
work. People see y'all.
Okay,
They hear y'all. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
so another
saying? Even
question.
if they don't
Do you know your
stop.
nationality?
Just don't
Meaning,
stop.
If I ask
Keep
you,
moving. Keep it
what's
going.
your-
I'm here.
what race of
You
people
know,
you come from? Like,
I'm
what nation
gonna
of
look
people you
at
come from? Do you know? That's an honest answer right there. I'm gonna read Isaiah 1 and 3. I'm gonna show you what you just said. God said His people was gonna say that. His people was gonna say they don't know who they are. You understand? Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know. My people doth not consider.
God said the ox and the ass know who their owner is, right? These are two dumb animals. But He said Israel, they don't know who they are, neither do they consider. What race of people don't consider who they are today? Black people, right? Why is that? They're afraid to know it. That could be part of it.
We will work with anybody and form coalition with anybody that has revolution on their mind. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary.
But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. We want freedom by any means necessary. We want justice by any means necessary.
This is a revolution of God. This time that we're living in, the greatest time on earth, revolution. Spiritual and biblical revolution. All these lives will be shut down in earth. I am a brother. He's strong and alive.
You are now flying.
You can tell by my gait that I'm all in. You can tell by my faith that I'm all in. Front line with the truth, I'ma fall in. Even if it's a dead end, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in. I can lose it all for my calling.